Kia ora koutou, nau mai, haere mai, hello and welcome to Flourishing Through Positive Education. My name is Natalie Calder, the founder of Being Education Learning to Flourish and the author of the Classroom Connections project. Today we have a look at how we can incorporate positive education principles into our education out of the classroom excursions. Thanks for joining me. Educators, just remember, you are the architects of change. So you stand against rising rates of depression and anxiety for our youth. My goal is to equip you with scientifically proven wellbeing techniques for the classroom. Let's continue this work together to build a stronger, brighter and kinder future. Today's episode is really close to my heart as we step out of the traditional classroom setting and delve into the incredible world of nature education. Let's unlock the benefits of outdoor experiences for our students and discover how nature can become a powerful ally in their holistic development. Research consistently emphasises the myriad of benefits of unstructured outdoor play for children, spanning their physical, emotional, cognitive and social growth. Time spent in nature positively impacts health, well-being and overall development. And while nature education has often been associated with the younger children, more preschool age, the benefits extend to students of all ages. Today we're going to explore the profound impact of outdoor education and the way it nurtures positive relationships and a sense of belonging that we've discussed in previous videos. Just want to share one of my own personal journeys with nature education. In 2019, I integrated nature education into my classroom, and we spent one day a week out in the surrounding area. And I just witnessed some remarkable transformations. One young girl in particular was really unsure. The first couple of times we went out, she was unsure how to interact. She lacked physical fitness, even creativity when she didn't have the sort of normal things that you would have in a classroom. She was unsure what to do, and she just really blossomed through that exposure to nature that year. By the program's end, she'd not only developed problem-solving skills, but she was working well with her peers. She was showing resilience in challenging situations, and she just really was a different kid. She wasn't by any means the only one who benefited from these excursions, and throughout the year I actually saw the relationships between all of my students really develop immensely, as well as their confidence, resilience, and they were actually excited to learn and improve. They were excited about coming to school, so it was just had incredible benefits for the whole class. They really truly looked forward to school, and particularly those days that we could be out in nature, but they were bringing those things back into the classroom as well, those relationships that they created while outdoors. The children that perhaps weren't as strong academically necessarily often had a real felt at home or could be a leader more so out there in nature, so they built confidence and were able to then bring that newfound confidence into the classroom, which was just amazing. So in our fast-paced world, unsupervised free play for children is really on a rapid decline. It has been shown to lead to really huge long-term impacts such as isolation, depression, reduced self-control and poor resilience. Nature education allows us to address this play deprivation by providing children with opportunities to fulfill those natural play urges or schema. By understanding these urges, that helps us to create environments where children can explore, gather and interact freely with their surroundings. Contrary to common perception, risky play in early childhood and also in our students, it plays a really pivotal role in a child's development. Sometimes we get put off by the term risky play or when we see children out there doing things like lighting fires or climbing trees or playing with sharp objects. But engaging in activities like this or moving at rapid speeds actually helps build self-confidence, resilience, executive functioning and also risk management skills. Research by Dr. Mariana Brusoni even indicates that participating in risky play can actually reduce the risk of injuries. And the reason is it gives students the ability to measure risk so that when they're older and potentially deciding, whether to get into the car with a friend who's been drinking or some other risky behaviour that kind of pops up in those teenage years, if they've had practice dealing with risky situations, they're actually way more likely to make better decisions. Okay, so there's lots of ways that we can integrate nature education into our school environment, and it's not always, because it's not always practical to be out of the school grounds. We can't necessarily do that even one day a week or once a month. So giving children the chance to take part in activities like climbing trees, balancing exercises, or utilising any sort of loose parts such as might be tyres or tubes or cable reels, cable drums, that sort of thing, really gives them the opportunity to work on the schema that we talked about earlier and also the potential for risky play. It can be hard for us as teachers because our job is to protect the children in our care, and sometimes it's us that's actually more nervous perhaps than they are. So one good thing that I've heard about is the 17-second rule. So that just means, obviously not if a child's in imminent danger, but if you're watching a child do something and you're a little bit unsure, just step back and count to 17, and it just gives that chance for the children to try it out, see how it goes, and gives you the opportunity to watch and let them see how they go. Obviously, if they're in danger, you're going to jump in and help them out, but often you'll find that the children are really, really good at weighing up as they go along whether they can do something, and when they find that they can do something that perhaps they were a bit unsure of, the confidence and self-esteem they get from that is worth so much. So there's lots of other things they can do. You can offer opportunity. Nature offers a really good opportunities for sensory learning. So things like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So name, or just being quiet for a minute, and then looking for 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can hear, 3 things that you can smell, that sort of thing. That can be a really good way for children to engage their senses and also promote mindfulness. Now, if you can't get out of the classroom too often and you are looking for some things to do just within your normal school day, just even things like, your sustained silent reading outside under a tree for 15 minutes after morning tea, or even if you're reading stories to the kids, they can be doing that, or lying on the field and looking at the clouds go by. All of those activities really promote the connection with nature and also incorporate some of those positive education aspects such as mindfulness. A couple of other good ideas during lunchtime. You may need a couple of other teachers to help you out with this, just to be there as extra adults, but some things that you could try it is maybe setting up a slack line for the children to play on. Doesn't need to be very high. You will need to make sure that you do some research as to exactly how to tie those properly so they're nice and firm and safe. Or utilising, if you've got a garden area, getting the children in the garden, whether it's growing vegetables or doing some weeding or pruning some trees back or things like that. They not only enrich play experiences for children, but they do actually contribute to their overall sense of well-being. Now, I know, like me, many of you will be starting to think about perhaps your start of year education outside of the classroom activities. I know many schools around New Zealand, we do head outdoors and do activities to foster relationships, which I think is amazing. So just a few things that I've got down here, a few ideas that you might want to think about when you're planning your EOTC, just how you can incorporate the ideas of positive education into your field trips. So one really great activity or group of activities you can do is thinking about developing character strengths in the outdoors. So there's an array of different ideas here, but a couple that I thought of were teamwork. So working on teamwork by perhaps decorating a communal area of the school or within the community, working together to design something and then decorate it, make it nice for the people in the community or for the children within the school. You might want to work on the strength of appreciation of beauty and excellence, and that might be just a matter of heading outdoors and getting some photos or drawing some pictures and creating a slideshow or a poster showing natural images that the children find to be beautiful. It's a really great way to sort of focus on beauty and excellence around us. Another idea is that you might be able to take the learning we've done about positive emotions and take that into your outdoor excursions. So taking time, perhaps in the different places that you're going, taking time to notice the places and how they make you feel. What places do you travel to or do you go to that bring you joy, happiness, a sense of calm, or any other positive emotion? So as you're going to various areas, you might just touch in or check in, with the children and just say, how does this place make you feel? What do you think it is about this place that makes you feel that way? And then now that we know this, especially if it's somewhere close to home, how can we utilise this new knowledge? Now, if this is a place that we know now helps you to feel calm, if you're feeling a bit upset, is there somewhere you can actually come on your own or ask your parents to bring you to help you to get that sense of calm another time? Or same with happiness, it makes me happy to be down at the wharf or down at the lake. So how can we use this when we're feeling a little bit unhappy or that we need a little bit of a happiness boost? Okay, one thing I think that education outside of the classroom does really well is building a sense of belonging, particularly if you are spending time in the area around your own backyard. So encouraging students to explore various places within their community and how they make them feel, it really does build on that sense of belonging. It helps them to feel that they know the area, it helps them to feel safe and secure. So alongside that, not only a sense of belonging with the place, but also EOTC gives us a really great opportunity to explore how working together can really develop the sense of belonging within the group. So teamwork kind of activities, or even just unstructured play that we talked about before. Children will naturally gravitate to each other and naturally help each other out, and you will probably find that it may be children that wouldn't necessarily spend time together in the classroom, but might have similar things in the outdoors that they were sort of previously unaware that they shared. So it's a really great opportunity to develop that sense of belonging, both to place but also within the group. And a lead on from that is the opportunity to build positive relationships. So out in the outdoors, particularly when it is when children are given a bit of free time, they work together, they problem solve, they share ideas, they're listening to each other, and these are all things that you can develop too. So when you are thinking about what activities you might like to do with your students, keeping these things sort of front of mind can be really useful. So they were working together, problem solving, sharing ideas, active listening, supporting each other, getting to know each other in a different environment. Like I said earlier, often different children, certain children will shine or be sort of very comfortable in class, whereas when we take them outdoors, often it is other children that get the chance to shine, and that's really great for them to foster that, for them to sort of become the leaders or be the ones who know what's going on, and then often you'll find that they then feel a lot safer and more comfortable bringing that back into the classroom. So there we go. So there's some ideas to just some things for you to think about as you're planning your education outside of the classroom. There's a really fine line, obviously, as teachers we like to have things planned, and I think there's real importance in that and bringing in some of those ideas that we've just talked about. But I do really urge you to, if your timetable allows it, to give the children the opportunity for that free play as well, because as we know from all the research, it really does have a myriad of benefits for children's overall well-being and development. So as we conclude our exploration of nature education, let's just embrace the profound impact that outdoor experiences can have on our students' growth. By integrating nature into our education practices, we're not only nurturing academic development, but also fostering resilience, self-confidence, and what I find or feel is really, really important is that lifelong connection to the world around them. Thank you for being champions of wellbeing for the children in your care. Flourishing through positive education is an ongoing journey, and I really do encourage you to continue exploring, learning, implementing these strategies in your classrooms. Until next time, let's continue building a future where every child realises their unlimited potential. Take care and ka kite.